Hello, welcome to my Module 9, the creation of the wiki. I actually tried something a little bit different. I used the scientific method of trial and error. When I was looking at the wiki, I actually went in and searched to see what Google actually had. I did that for a couple of reasons, not only for the wiki, but of course because our next assignment is in Google and I've created websites in Google before, but when I did go in and I looked at the even more apps, down a ways you will see Google Sites and Google Wikis. And so that's what I used, and I will say kind of mixed success on it. The wiki that I created, not having a class, was one to look at the learning management system that we have at Fort Hays. We're going to be undergoing a review. So I just wanted to set up something that we might model. We probably wouldn't use it in Google, but there might be a different tool or two that we could use to make it work. But nonetheless, for this assignment, again, in Google and in the Google Sites, and I will say that's really what it becomes, is more of a website that everyone can edit and that we track, unless I've missed something, but there's some features in there that are a little bit different than what I would think of in a standard wiki. I can add files, and you can add comments to each page as well. Being able to play YouTube videos and embed them, images, and linking to wherever they need to be linked, as well as a menu over here. You have your edit page up here, so I can click on it and I can invite whoever in, and of course give them these editing capabilities, or give them view only capabilities if I want. And that's where you can go in and you have then the ability to edit and change and add graphics, standard Google type downloads as far as adding gadgets and adding different things, formats, some good, some a little bit restrictive, but isn't Google all about straightforward, easy to use? The template is actually part of the template I took from somewhere else. The rest of it I made myself and made some alterations to it. You can see the guide up here as well. And to come back up here and save it. And it's this simple. There I edited that page. If I wanted to create a new page to within, I could include it over here in the function and in the menus. And then you have a full array down here. Again, kind of like you'd see in a standard wiki, the whole revisions history, page setting up. You can be notified if you want to. Anytime somebody changes a page, you can get notifications on that. And you can do that individual page or the entire layout. Editing the sites. If I wanted to come over here, you can click and you can edit, move your navigation around as well. You can drag and drop these wherever you want. How do you want the page laid out? You can see that up here as well. Close out of that and just look at the revision history one more time. Come over here and you can see the hours when I've worked on it, and then the changes that have been made. And then on an administrative side, themes, colors, layouts, just general information about it if you wanted to add different categories, delete items, the pages, the templates. And you can add in, these are actually all the pages that were made. Some of them I put in, some of them I pulled out. So just kind of a general overview on how the wiki works itself. So images in here and links in here as well to the different areas. But I set this up to look at if we were looking at the LMS, and if we were looking at the LMS, there would be multiple areas of functionality that we would want to look at. The academic area, and this is just a draft, and as it says up here, here's a draft of some of the tools and some of the features that we would want in there. We could go back and say, add a rating tool over on the side, or add your additional ones. I left areas for people to add other ideas and concepts as well. The technical side is going to be completely different than the academic side. Hosting, in the cloud, how it's actually going to work. A lot of issues that would come up with that. and then support issues as well. So a technical area for, well, like for us, for the computing center to run. I did put in a calendar just because it's a Google gadget that we could easily place in as well. And then an overview of some of the tools that are out there right now. Yeah, a little bit more of a list, although the list is always growing. A video of the Blackboard 10 release that actually is out, and we'll be working on that shortly, I guess. Desire to Learn, which is another very popular one. Sakai is another very popular one. Here's a document comparing those on Canvas as well that you can launch. And it even says additional ones here like Moodle and Epsilon, and there's a variety of others out there. I didn't put those all in there because I thought, well, that's kind of an interesting way to judge and make sure that people are at least giving feedback and obvious feedback. And I think, let's see, I'll go back to the home page. And I think that kind of gives a general idea. I just included a couple of the videos. Mark Milliron, who was actually out here not too long ago speaking at the university, but some thoughts about what it should give, and really the future generation of we should always quit thinking about the buttons, or we should be able to rely on the buttons and the functionality being there, but then what kind of analytics, what kind of information actually should be coming back to us out of a learning information system, and being able to do analysis across systems, but then a general overview of what an LMS is, because we will have a variety of people that will use this, and maybe we'll use this as an idea, maybe not. But that's it. That's the wiki. Again, I would, if I had to do it again, there's probably a couple of others that I would use besides this, but it really becomes you can add comments to a web page, and you can give it to a particular group. I can see it having some functionality, but in a way where I want to track, or I want to know who did what, and I want to see maybe multiple colors for different entries, I probably wouldn't use this one. But thank you.